What's happening, YouTube? We're here with RedHyenaFox, and today we are going to play a new game called The Bottom of the Well. I haven't heard much about this game, I don't know what to expect, but we are going to find out together. So let's go, new game. This game is a visual novel, meaning it is mainly text-based interactive fiction, a book where you get to decide what happens next. Most of the gameplay consists of picking your choice from a selection of options which will further the story. The Bottom of the Well does have some gameplay aside from multiple choice, though the most important of which is kind of Alice, our protagonist, which are you going to play. For your first playthrough, we recommend you use default Alice, but the customization is there to be used. I think we're going to use default Alice. Even if you complete the game, a different Alice might have a very different experience. If nothing else, you might just find a new way to die. Oh, well, that's optimistic. I would like default Alice. Accept and start. Today I had the weirdest dream in my life. I'm waiting for Joe to come. I didn't have time to read that. Morning. Good morning. Did you catch the anniversary reading last night? No, well, I tried, but I fell asleep. Listen, about that. You fell asleep. Oh, come on, Alice. And Wonderland is like our favorite. Let me finish. Something happened. I was tuning into my radio. You're such a Luddite. Amazing. I can even catch you online. Shut up, I'm not a Luddite. I just like analog things. Anyway, I was tuning into the broadcast, and I might have hit the AM switch or something, because suddenly the channel has changed to something else. What, aliens? Government-run number stations? No, this was weird, like white noise at first. It's hard to explain. Why, I was so drawn into it, I could hear snippets of some melody, maybe lyrics, but the signal was weak. So you turned it off and continued looking for the Alice broadcast. So I went on my balcony and turned the antenna around until the signal came in clear. It now sounded like music, with an odd signal in the background. When logic and proportion have fallen sloppy dead, and the White Knight is talking backwards, and the Red Queen's off with her head. Oh, somebody pirate the radio broadcast of Golden Oldies. It felt like there was something else there, some message that the music was hiding. I know it sounds weird, but then I fell asleep. What a story. No, hear me out. I dreamed, and I didn't know I was dreaming, do you understand? I was entirely lucid, but like waking up in another world. Except I don't think of it as another world. Does that even make sense? You had a super lifelike dream where you didn't know you were dreaming, but you're still lucidly in control. Sounds pretty rad to me. Rad. I'm sure it would have been, except for the end of the world, apocalypse bit in the dream. Oh, now you got my attention. End of the world apocalypse. So like I said, it was the end of the world. Everything I did that day felt like the real thing. Every smell, sound, color, touch. It's important you know I wasn't acting like I was in a dream. I didn't know it was a dream. Heavy. There was no warning, no build-up, nothing. Just between one moment and the next, the TV had turned to the emergency alert system, and this voice that sounded like it had been recorded in the 60s told us we were under attack. Were you alone? Yeah. I had a really long day at the office, so I sworn off all social contact for the evening. I had the TV on in the background, just as noise. Wait, what? The office? You mean you got some kind of real adult person job in the stream of yours? Yeah, actually, at the college. Student admissions office. Hey, don't sound surprised. I'm going to graduate in just a few months, you know. Uh-huh. With a BA in English Lit. Shut up. Show skill with words. Anyway, what happened next? Like I said, the TV suddenly turned to the emergency alert system, jacked the volume all the way up too. I didn't even know how it could do that. The broadcast told us we were under attack right now, that we needed to get shelter, that we had less than 30 minutes before the bombs hit. Jesus, sounds crazy. At first I didn't want to believe it. I switched the channel, but they were all the same, and the sirens started. Tornado sirens, flood sirens, I don't know, and I knew things were serious. So what did you do? I went online to find out what was going on. I immediately tried to call Chess. I needed to think about my options. Tried to call Chess. Chess? Who's that? My, boyfriend. I don't have a dream, but in my boyfriend I did. Wait up, tell me more about this new son boyfriend of yours. I thought you weren't into the dating scene. Actually, I've been thinking about putting myself out there, like, maybe some online dating or something. Although I'm kind of afraid to check OkCupid right now. What if there's a guy there named Chess? Good icebreaker. Hi, I'm Alice. I dreamed about you last night. You were man of the world, buddy. Funny. Aren't I just? We were saying, about Chess. What kind of name is that anyway? I wasn't really. I mean, yeah, he was pretty hot, I guess. And smart, and into me. What else could you ask for? I can sense you blushing all the way over here. Maybe I should check my OkCupid profile, actually. So what did your boyfriend think? Well, first I tried calling him, but then I got a pre-recorded network busy message. The net still works, so I hit him up there. I mean, we did most of our communications in chat anyway. And I found him, but there was no time for, well, anything. I started typing, you know, holy hell, what the fuck is going on, style stuff. And he just tersely replied he had to go. That's a little blunt. He told me he needed to get his sister. His sister? How come? He mentioned her a few times. She's disabled, but lives in a house by herself, out somewhere in the burrows. Did he ask you to come too? He didn't ask. I did. I'm going to be outside my apartment in 5 minutes, he said. Then he logged off. I guess as an invitation of sorts. So what did you do? Well, I knew that Chess wasn't going to wait for me, so if I wanted to go with him, I had to go right away. Just grab my stuff and go. Making quick decisions in the spur of the moment. Doesn't sound like you. So what did you do? I went with Chess to help out with his sister. I mean, how could I not? He clearly needed help. Altruistic. How long have you been dating? Cynic. Long enough to know my feelings were real. I mean, they felt real in the dream. Where did his sister live again? In a borough? Practically the suburbs. So pretty far. Chess said he usually takes the subway or a bus. Chess actually lived just down the street, and we always had a customary place to meet. We didn't even need to confirm the place anymore, but it didn't seem very likely we'd be able to catch a bus or the subway. So how were you planning on getting to the sister? In less than 30 minutes. Oh, spoiler, the bombs didn't start dropping on us within 30 minutes. Took longer than that. They did start, though. That's lucky. Yeah, well, it didn't mean we weren't in a hurry. But you didn't leave the empty-handed, though, right? Oh, right, yes. I grabbed the biggest bag I had. A backpack. People always call it magic. You could fit so much into it. Bigger on the inside and all that. So, take flashlight. Take map. Take food. Take spare clothes. What's this? Don't know what that is. Take radio. Take sleeping bag. Okay, well, I guess we're full. Exit inventory. Go on. Borrow, sister, bombs incoming. How'd you plan to get there in chaos? The chaos. Yeah. The streets were nuts. Everything and everyone was going crazy. Crashes everywhere, but no one was responding. The street was completely gridlocked. I'm talking maybe 15 minutes after the first announcement here. All it takes is a few cars in the wrong place. But you live pretty centrally, right? It had to be better further out. Did Chess have a car? No, but if we wanted a car, there were tons around. People just left them, keys in the ignition, and ran. Holy shit. Must have been bedlam. It was. I was so scared. So, steal a car or walk? We discussed walking. It was like 14 miles or something. And it'd be probably take at least 4 to 5 hours on a good day, and this was not a good day. Maybe a good start, though. Things might clear up outside, downtown area, and you might be able to steal a car there. Appropriate car. stealing sounds so criminal. Whatever you say. Any other options except stealing, appropriating a car, and hoofing it? Something in between. I know a guy with a motorcycle. He really loves that motorcycle, but I wondered if he'd maybe be willing to let us borrow it. I mean, for fuck's sake, we're going to rescue a disabled woman. You know him well? Reasonably. I didn't know you knew how to drive a motorcycle. I'm a woman of many talents. So what did you do? You decided to try appropriating a car. Uh-huh. By your description, it seems like a bad idea. Well, finding a vehicle was easy, but they had all been abandoned for a good reason. They weren't going anywhere. I had to find one I could feasibly get out of there with. An abandoned one you could feasibly get out of there with. Right. So how did that go? And what did Chess have to say about this? He was game. Anything to get his sister faster, but he figured we'd make better time if we split up. I went for the car, he went to scout out the route. Sounds like a plan. I wasn't really sure what I was looking for, just that I needed a car, stat. I found the station wagon open and the key in the ignition, no sign of the owner. I jumped in and gunned it, and got maybe half a block before I hit a complete traffic stop. Everyone was beeping, people were abandoning their cars, all traffic rules forgotten. I'm not sure what else you expected. Yeah, well, I decided walking was the best option. The whole downtown area was gridlocked, cars everywhere, people running down the sidewalks, sirens blaring. It was one of those disaster movies, no hope of driving anywhere at any rate. But where was everyone going? Most of them were going home, I think. People were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And there you were, running away from home. Once I made my decision, I stuck to it, no matter how much I was filled with doubt. Half an hour was nothing at all. But luckily, that estimate was completely wrong. Sometimes I walk half an hour in the wrong direction just because I stubbornly refuse to believe I'm lost. Oh, that's great, Matt H. I didn't know what was the right direction, but I did try to get there as fast as possible, although that was a lot harder than I thought it would be. I was swept up in a mass of people and manhandled in the wrong direction, more than once. Every few minutes I stopped to consult the map to make sure I was going in the right direction. Was there any danger? Like people attacking each other or something? No. I thought we were all going the same direction, but then I realized the crowd was heading somewhere I hadn't planned to go. A subway station. What did you do? I was swept along. It was that, or get trampled, or pinned against some wall. I finally managed to disentangle myself from the stalled mass of people who were outside the entrance. Apparently it was closed, and many people were trying to break through the gates. By the time I was out, though, I had lost a lot of time. Time, yes. Isn't that the thing you're fighting here? How far away were you planning on getting? Well, a lot farther than I'd gotten at that point. I could practically still see my apartment building, but the crowd was slowly thinning at least, and I saw a vehicle in motion, an ambulance, weaving between stalled cars with the sirens blaring. What did you do? What I'd planned to, find and appropriate a car. I'm still not sure how you're ethically justifying this to yourself. I was scared out of my wits, and it seemed like a good idea at the time. Fair enough. So how did you go about it? Well, we are going to see how she went about it in the next episode. I'm going to leave this one here. I'm not sure how long it is at this point, but this has been The Bottom of the Well with RedHyenaFox. If you liked it, hit the like button, and I hope you subscribe and to see more, and I will catch you all later.